welcome back to the channel. So we have here an E46 BMW, and if you look at it, the ride height is actually not much lower than standard, but it is, well, the back is actually on standard springs, but it is currently on some coilovers that have been on it for, well, about 5, 6, before I started this channel, to be honest with you. And they are really cheap coilovers, but you know what, I can't complain. They've been all right. They're a bit bouncy, but they've lasted. And in this video, I'm intending to upgrade them. So, got a box here with some new coilovers in it. So first of all, let's have a look at them, because I haven't had a look at them yet. I should have really opened them and checked them before, especially considering the box is all keft in, but I didn't. So now I'm going to open them and find that they're broken on camera. And I think they'll be alright. They look pretty well packaged, actually. Looks like we've got a book of some sort of instructions and tools to adjust them. And then, yes. And it looks like they are actually quite a bit more substantial than the ones I've currently got fitted. So let's pull it out of here and have a closer look at them. Yeah. So you haven't seen them yet, unless you watched the video where I was adjusting them, which nobody watched that video, so you won't have done. These are definitely a lot more substantial than the ones that I've got fitted at the moment, and we've got quite a lot of things to adjust on it. Now, I don't really want to put this car on its arse. Now, yeah, as good as that'd look, I live in Oldham, and the roads are not suitable for anything other than a fucking Range Rover around here, so I'm probably going to keep it about the same height as what it is now. I'll be honest with you, I'm probably not going to fit the rears, because I don't want to drop the rear, but I will fit the rear shock absorbers because, well, we'll have a look at them. But yeah, adjustments we've got on here, looks like we've got rebound adjustment there, we've got camber adjustment, which I'm going to leave as standard or thereabouts, preload adjustment, and we've got ride height adjustment. On the ones I've got now, you've basically just got the preload adjustment, which are just the ride height, which are about the basic as you can get on a set of suspension springs. So let's have a look at what else we've got. And yeah, this is a rear damper, which looks like we've got a similar story. We can adjust rebound by fondling that. We can adjust the actual length of the damper, which possibly adjust the stiffness slightly. Not really sure, to be honest with you. We'll find out. And these are for placing underneath the rear springs. Like I said, I might use them, I might not. I haven't decided whether I'm going to keep them yet, or whether I'm going to bother fitting them yet, because I've got M Sport springs on the back of it, which I actually like the height of. I don't mind a bit of rake, call me old fashioned or whatever. So let's go and offer it up to the car and take the old shitters off. And here we are beside the vehicle, and we can see that that one is a bit crusty, and this should be quite a simple, thing to do, apart from rust and corrosion and things seizing up. But other than that, it should be quite simple to do. These come with their own top mounts. On these ones, I had to take the top mounts off the original struts and put them on. The only thing I'm not 100% sure of is these I had to fit short and drop links for. Now, I'm pretty sure that these use standard drop links, so I've got a pair of them, and I'll take this off from this end. So I need to undo that from there. I need to undo this pinch bolt here, which looks like it's going to come out really easily. Unbolt them 3 nuts there, and it should just be a case of pulling that out and then putting that one in its place. Now, I've made sure that these are both set to the same, so both sides are set to the same pretty much as they come out of the box. I'll tweak them afterwards if they need tweaking, but I've set this the same, I've set this the same, and I've set them all onto soft, because like I said, the roads around here are not really suitable for race car suspension in any way, shape or form. So I'm going to start by taking, like I said, I'm going to take this shitter out. Yes. So that's the drop link nut off, which are always a twat and they always spin. And it is actually a lot easier if you jack both sides up at once. But I haven't done that, so the roll bar is under a lot of strain fighting against me. And now that's out of the way, we can just nice and easily remove this pinch bolt. Yes. And as you can see, upon undoing that, that has actually kind of disassembled itself because that's fallen down. So now, when I undo these, it should disconnect itself from the car. Yes. And now that is out, we can put them side by side and make a little bit of a comparison as to the differences. It does appear that, well, if we look at that there, that fits that bit there, and that is higher, so it does use the standard drop links, which is a good job because that's what I've got, new ones. So let's put it in the car, which I suspect is going to be pretty much unfilmable, but I will try. Yes. So that's dropped into there now, and I need to torque this bolt back up. And so now with that pinch bolt type, I've just lifted it up and then put these nuts on, which I also need to torque up. Now these do actually have slightly elongated holes, so I've just put it in the centre of them. And then now, of course, I need to fit minimum drop links, potentially far too long, but with a small amount of brute force, did actually fit. So now all I've got to do is make sure that all these adjustment nuts are tight, and now that is one corner installed. It's time for the moment of truth. That seems a bit too high, if anything. And after a quick drive around the block to let it settle, it didn't make any difference hardly. So I've adjusted it slightly to drop it down a little bit. I haven't filmed any of that because, in all honesty, I'm running out of time here. This is taking a bit longer than what I hoped it'd take. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other side now, which, without filming it, actually only took me about 15 minutes. So that is the front done, hopefully. Now I'm gonna put the wheel on. I'm gonna see how it behaves. The rears, I may or may not install yet. I haven't decided yet. I probably will install the dampers, but in this video, I'm just going to test the fronts and see how it behaves on the fronts to compare those coilovers to those coilovers. So, anyway, I'm going to put it back together and see how it drives. And so far, it actually seems pretty good. Definitely less bouncy than the ones that came off. It does seem to be driving straight. I haven't got any knots, bangs or rattles, which is always preferable because knots, bangs and rattles on the suspension really wind me up. But yeah, I just went over a bit of a pothole there. It's not sort of springy. I don't know how to explain it, but the other ones, if you hit a bump, these are quite firm. They're not any sort of like softer, but they sort of like level themselves out immediately after hitting the bump, rather than sort of like being unsettled and bouncing around a bit, which is the only way I can sort of explain it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with these actually so far. They seem pretty good. Like I said, possibly fit the rear ones. I don't know what I'm doing with that yet, but if I will, that'll be in another video. So for now, that's us done. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the usual shit. If you do want to set these coilovers, I'll leave a link in the description below the video, and see you next time. And I'll just throw this little update on the end here. So as you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but it was too high, so I've dropped it down a little bit. And I've also adjusted the camber angle slightly, only by 2 clicks. I've given it a little bit of negative camber, and it has made a massive difference. It drives so much more positive. You've just got so much more sort of feedback through it. I don't know how to describe it as such. It just feels like it's not vague. This car has always felt a little bit vague on the front end, and now it doesn't for the first time in probably 8 years that I've had the car. It's driving the best it ever has. So yeah, I've dropped it down a little bit, which didn't make it any harsher because you've got the ride out adjustment, which is separate to the actual preload adjustment, so that's pretty good. Compared to the coilovers that come off, night and day. Now I've had more time to actually get a feel for them. Completely different, just so much better, so much more supple, not as bouncy. I mean, I've got them set to soft. They're a bit softer, I'd say, but more progressive on the suspension, just way better. So I can't actually fault them, they're actually really good. I wasn't going to fit the rears because the last coilovers I had, when I put the rears on, it ruined the car. So I wasn't going to bother with them, and I wasn't really bothered about the ride height being lower. I probably will put them on just to try them. I'll definitely put the suspension on the dampers on. But yeah, I mean, that'll be another video. So yeah, that is it for now. See you, bye.